it was a question of where we was actually going to get to do our Christmas play, and so God has been able to work that out. Took a lot of practice today. It was a lot of people volunteering their time and putting a lot of effort into this. So we just want to welcome everybody, and we're just kind of glad that God has allowed us to actually even have a play this year, given all the circumstances and everything that everybody's been through. So with that being said, I'm going to ask Brother Charles if he doesn't care to go ahead and open with a word of prayer. All right. Okay, our play is called Simply Christmas tonight, and somebody said, how are you going to introduce everybody? Well, here's how I'm going to do that, okay? We have some Mullins kids, we have some Campbell kids, we have some Pratt kids. I can't remember all their names. Who else? What are some other kids that we have? Marshalls. Is there any kids that I'm leaving out that are going to be in the play tonight? Because I don't want to do that, and I can't remember everybody's name. So, these kids have worked really hard, and Brother B, and so we appreciate everything that they have done to try to put this play on for us. And with that being said, Brother Carl is going to come at this time and start out with instrumental for us.
Don't worry, I'm not going to sing. mine's a bluegrass fan, and I've never played this in public before, so we'll see how it comes out.
All right. Now it's time for our Christmas place, Simply Christmas.
Yes, 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 I locked the door twice. Yes, I'm home, I promise. You can check the security camera thing. Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, yeah, I had a good time too. But we didn't get to read the Christmas stuff. Huh? I know, but your mom and I always, yeah, I know, I understand. Well, but, okay, well, what about you could come to church and we could, you're busy. But your mom and I would have, I know she's gone. I know things are different, but so you have how many holiday parties? How can one person have 42 holiday parties? That doesn't make, What? Yes, I'm in my chair. How did you know? Oh, the grunt. Got it. Well, but okay, just, all right, I understand. You're busy. Well, hug the grandkids for me and tell them that Pop loves them, and yeah, okay, and maybe we could, oh, well, all right, well, Merry Chris, hello? So, phone service is awful. Now, how do you turn this thing? Oh, there we go. Well, Mabel, you won't believe it. They're not coming here. They're too busy. You should have seen the grandkids, though. They're growing like weeds. I don't know what they're feeding them. Miracle Grow, probably. Well, with that husband of our daughter, you know, he's a little crazy. He's not the brightest bulb in the chandelier. In fact, if brains were dynamite, he probably wouldn't have enough to blow his nose. But I know, be nice. But honey, I just don't understand it. We raised her differently than this. I mean, there's just so much going on, you would not believe it. There's post-Christmas sales and pre-Christmas sales and Christmas sales, but we don't call them Christmas sales. They're holiday extravaganzas. I just cannot believe it. And it's go here, go there, up, down, sideways. And you know what? Those kids, your grandkids, they're yours. All they wanted was gifts. You know what I wanted to do? I wanted to order a big bunch of batteries, put a note on them, and say, here are the batteries, toys not included. But I could just hear you go, that wouldn't be nice. Well, I guess I'm just a little bummed. Well, everything's just too busy. They didn't even have time to come over and set up the nativity. Yes, I put the old nativity out. You know, it seems like everybody's just kind of lost sight of it. When I was digging it out, I realized that it had kind of fallen behind some boxes, and no, I didn't get on the ladder. That it had kind of gotten covered up. And I thought, you know what? That's what's happened to our daughter. That's what's happened to a lot of people. They've gotten caught up in all this stuff and forgotten the real meaning of Christmas. They've forgotten that night, that special night, that night when love was born.
Starlight shines, the night is still. Shepherds watching from a hill. I close my eyes, see the night when love was born. A perfect child gently waves, a mother bends to kiss God's face. I close my eyes, see the night when love was born. Angels fill the midnight sky. They sing, hallelujah, he is Christ, our King. Emmanuel, Prince of Peace, love come down for you and me. Heaven's gift, a holy spark to light the way inside our hearts. Bethlehem, through your small door came the hope we've waited for. The world was changed forevermore when love was born. I close my eyes, see the night was born.
The night that love was born. What a night. I often wonder what they would have thought of, how they were feeling. Mary and Joseph, just being young. I can remember when we were expecting our first child, we didn't know what we were doing either. And how scared they must have been. And how frightened. Not to mention the talk. I'm sure there was a lot of talk. And then those shepherds. Remember we used to tell our girl about the shepherds? You know, back then, nobody wanted to grow up to be a shepherd. They were kind of the last of the last, the low of the low. Nobody wanted to be a shepherd. But yet God chose them to be one of the first to hear about his son. You know, this story never gets old. The night that love was born, that Jesus came to earth. And it came to pass in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed. And this was first made when Cyrenius was governor of Syria. And all went to be taxed, everyone into his own city. And Joseph also went up from Galilee out of the city of Nazareth into Judea, unto the city of David, which is called Bethlehem, because he was the house and lineage of David. And he went with his Mary, his espoused wife, being great with child. And so it was that the days were accomplished, that she should be delivered. And she brought forth her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn. And there were in the same country shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came. And he came upon them, and shone round about them, and they were sore afraid. And the angel said unto them, Fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David Christ the Lord. And this shall be a sign to you. You shall find the babe wrapped in swaddling clothes and lying in a manger. And suddenly, with the angel was a multitude of heavenly hosts, praising God and saying, Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace and goodwill toward men. And it came to pass that the shepherds said one to another, Let us go even unto Bethlehem, and see this thing which has come to pass, and the Lord would make known. And they came haste and found Mary and Joseph and the babe lying in a manger. And they'd seen it, they'd made known abroad the saying which was told them concerning this child. And all them that heard it wondered at those things which they had been told by the shepherds. And Mary kept all these things in her heart. Every time I read that story, I'm reminded of not just Mary, Joseph, and the shepherds, but the wise men. The wise men who traveled for 3 years, following a star, following their maps and charts, only hearing about this coming king from afar. Those wise men faithfully journeying to worship the baby Jesus. Bringing gifts of gold to the king. Frankincense for the high priest. And myrrh for the sacrifice of the lamb. So simple, but so profound. Every time I think of the wise men, I think, what gifts can I bring? How do you know we tried to live our lives to please Him, to give Him our life every day? I'm so thankful that God never gave up on me. You remember when our daughter was in the Christmas play many years ago, and she was the little lamb and she kept running away? I'm so thankful that God never gave up on us, just like that shepherd never gave up on that little lamb. You know, I wonder if Mary had really any idea, if she really knew all that Jesus would come and do and be.
Mary, did you know that your baby boy would one day walk on water? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would take our sons and daughters? Did you know that your baby boy has come to make you new? The child that you delivered will soon deliver you. Mary, did you know that your baby boy would give sight to a blind man? Mary, did you know that your baby boy will calm a storm with his hand? Did you know that your baby boy has walked where angels trod? When you kiss your little baby, you kiss the face of God. Mary, did you know that your baby boy is Lord of all creation. Mary, did you know that your baby boy would one day rule the nations? Did you know that your baby boy is heaven's perfect lamb? This sleeping child you're holding is the great I am.
Thank you, Lord. You are the great I am. Simply Christmas. You know, I don't feel so lonely. I know the Lord's with me. And I know that that little baby didn't stay a baby. But he grew up to be a man, live a sinless life, die on a cross, and rise again for my sin. And your sin too, honey. And when I leave this earth, I go to be with him and with you. And I'm going to keep praying, and I'm going to keep working on that daughter and that stubborn son-in-law. But you know what? I don't know how God's going to do it, but he's going to do it. Well, I better go to bed. You know how that daughter of ours gets on us for that. Merry Christmas, honey. And remember, Jesus is the reason for the season. India. Can you say amen? Come on up here, shepherds and wise men. As they're coming, didn't they do a wonderful job? Yeah. As Brother Harvey mentioned, we didn't know that we were even going to be able to have a Christmas play this year. So we know it might be a little shorter than what you're wanting. Might be a little different than what you expected. But one thing you can always know about a Christmas play at the Chavies First Church of God is never expect anything, because you never know what might happen. And these guys stepped up and they spent all day today. Believe it or not, this play existed in one place and one place only, and that was in my brain. There was nothing written down, and that's a scary place to be. There was nothing written down. There was no cue sheets. There was nothing. And these guys today, just today, did all of this and did it excellently and expertly and stepped in and filled roles and did parts that they just did wonderfully. And I can't thank you enough. Our hope is that you realize that it's not even about us in a bunch of costumes. It's about Jesus. And that if you don't know him today, I mean truly know him, that you can by asking him to come into your life, to change your life, forgive you of your sin, and just say yes to him every day. Don't get caught up in the trappings of Christmas and realize that Jesus is the reason for the season. Give them one more round of applause. And thank you all so much for being here. We just appreciate you all. And I know that parents, they appreciate you being here. And we have some refreshments and stuff downstairs, so we invite everybody to stay if they can. I'm going to ask the cast, because normally everybody goes down that way to go to refreshments. My mustache got in the way. And yes, I've had several people who saw me before the play say, that mustache looks good on you. You need to grow a real one. So you could go down. They're going to go down these stairs, and as you exit, you can greet them, take pictures. But please join us downstairs for some refreshment. And Playcast, before you go down to eat, we will ask you to make sure you leave your costumes up here. But don't take them off now, though. I saw a couple getting ready to. But I just love these guys so much, and they have just done such a wonderful job, and I can't say enough about them. Thank you again. We're going to ask you to stand. We're going to word a prayer and ask the blessing for the food. And Brother Eric, would you do that?
Let us pray. Gracious Heavenly Father, Lord, we come tonight with joy in our heart, Father. Father, because we know this is the season of your birth. Father, we know that you give everything to us, Lord, and we owe everything we have to you, Father. Lord, we just ask you to bless this meal we receive tonight, Father. Father, and bless